What did you make of it, Phil? Oh, uncomfortable?
It was uncomfortable, certainly for the lad, and being a former player, you could feel the pain just looking at him walking, trudging down. Of all places, the touchline at Old Trafford, it's an unforgiving place, but to have that happen to you at such a young age, very difficult. I felt personally that I think, yes, I know that Duncan has invested in the game, but I think he could have handled him actually coming off the pitch a little bit better. Put your arm around him, just say, look, we need to have a chat about this. There's a reason.
Is that the biggest mistake for you?
Yeah. In my opinion, yes. For the guy, the young kid, it's all right saying he's only young, he's going to bounce back, but that's going to have a massive psychological impact on a young player who's already gone through a lot in Italy in his career already. Hopefully they can pick him back up, because he's a talent, but for me, it looks like he's lost that player.
So you'd have no qualms about Ferguson taking him off? But when he comes off, if he says to you, listen, I'll talk to you inside, trust me, there's a reason for this.
I still would have qualms with him taking him off. I'm a player, and, you know, he's gone on and he's been on for 18 minutes. And if he literally stood still and done nothing in the game, that merits him coming off. But to say he didn't get up to the pace of the game, and I think that's very harsh. And I think even if you're looking to bring someone off to put Oumar Niasse on, who I know, I've played with him, will run around like a madman and chase lost causes for them last few minutes, I think you just use the extra second to say, well, no, I can't take Moise Kean off. I need to take someone else off.
Yeah, but is that right, though? If he looks at all the players out there who he can take off, and he is the most appropriate to take off, should it be at all relevant that he's brought him on as a sub?
I think the bigger picture of taking in the conditions of, you know, he's 19 years old. He hasn't really hit the ground running since he's been there. Obviously, big money move, young lad, moving away from home. You get him on, try and make him a positive substitute. And obviously, he didn't get on and score a goal. But to then bring him off, let him walk past you and not even say a word to him, the whole package of everything.
And I mean this with the utmost respect to Duncan, does that show his naivety? Because maybe change the formation, because, yeah, they were under the cosh. And if you're looking at an out-and-out young striker to come on and do a defensive role, that's not the person that you want. He had Cuco Martina on the bench, a 30-year-old right-back defensive midfielder. Could have gone in to a midfield five, could have gone into a back five and played one up front and try and shore it up that way. But ask Moise Kean to come on and do that defensive role, I think that's a little bit naive.
Yeah, but the question I'm asking you both, if Duncan Ferguson is looking to make a change and he wants to bring Niasse on, as you know, as you said, he'll do all the running, should it be remotely relevant that the person he thinks is the most appropriate to come off came on as a sub?
I think it should be.
To get a result in that game?
I think it should be, because ultimately man management comes into it. It does, because even though that's one decision for 4 minutes left of the game, it's the effect it has on him after now. Because if he has a little bit of a slump now and doesn't bounce back from it, how long is that going to go on? And will this be the catalyst that makes him do that? Or if it works and, you know, it gives him a kick out the backside, he does well, Duncan Ferguson will be a hero.
Listen, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, of course,
I totally understand what you're saying, but at the same time, Duncan Ferguson's got to make decisions, hard decisions, based on what he thinks is right in that moment. If he thinks it's right to take him off, why not take him off?
He's justified. Yeah. We're not saying that as a manager he has to make that decision to get a result, to get that 1 point at Old Trafford. Is there any legs in him saying, well, I just wanted to run the clock down, I'm not so sure. But again, as Curtis said, it's how you deal with that player. And for the whole world to see him ignore that young lad after humiliating him, it's tough to take.
So, do you think Duncan Ferguson should start him against Leicester?
I can't see that happening, can you? But maybe.
Why not?
I can't see it happening.
No.
But why not? I mean, are you going to say to him, right, there you go, look, here's your opportunity? Because if you're saying he can't run around for 18 minutes, he ain't going to start him for a game.
You've got a theory, though, haven't you, why he wasn't perhaps running around as much?
Well, I was saying to Curtis that he's come on, and if you look at the footage, and it's plastered all over the internet, his first sprint, probably about 50-yard sprint. Now, he's a fit lad, but it's cold. You get that cold air into your lungs. It starts burning. He does another sprint after that, and all of a sudden, he's he's almost gassed himself. Yeah. He's leaning, he's got his hands on his thighs.
There's no time for that second wind, is there?
He can't suck it in. And then he's got his manager going, you've got to go again, you've got to go. And in the first 3 or 4 minutes, he was breathing out where the sun doesn't shine. You know, he was struggling. So to say that even lasted 80 minutes was good going. But I just think he came on, didn't get up to speed as quickly as possible, and that sowed the seed for Duncan.